You're live. You're on the air. Like this. Look,
Excellent.
Jeff. Just boom, you're on the air. Now, this is big news here. This is big news. Me and you, we're on the air live, but I have no idea what to talk about. I have no idea what platform to put this show on. You don't know, but I have a lot of different. You don't know I have a lot of platforms. See right above your head right there. First of all, this one's Coffee Talk with ADIKA Live. Now, if we were going to do this show and later on, if I edit it out, because like for some reason, say you know, you hit the lotto or something, and then everybody wants to get an interview with you, and I can't. Well, I could edit this out and get you back because now you hit the lotto. So let's make believe you hit the lotto. Jeff Mantas, you hit the lotto. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
Oh my goodness!
I'm really too expensive to talk to you now, so thanks for that. And
you know what, Jeff? Well, welcome to Coffee Talk, and watch this intro. Boom for Coffee Talk. He's hit the lotto. He's famous, and he's alive. Boom.
It's Coffee Talk with ADIKA. Nothing rhymes with that but chicken tikka. We name drop here with Stephen and all his friends.
Musician, fighter, lover, father, lover, man of the world, Jeff Mantas. Thank you very much. Some of you might know him of his band Venom, but I know him just plain old Jeff. Jeff, this is Coffee Talk with ADIKA. Now stop. Now you see that show that you're on. This is a morning show, banter, comedy. Now we have another show. Let me tell you about this one. You ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Look above your head. Look at this. Excellent. Now we're on Talking Wax.
Excellent. Let's do it all.
Let's do it. We're going all plan with. You think you're gonna kill John Corabi, but you know what? You like vinyl, Jeff?
Do
you like vinyl records?
Oh God, yes. I mean,
okay.
you know what it is? I've been promising myself to get a vinyl player for fucking ages now, and just never getting around to it. But there's something. Come on, there's something about vinyl, isn't there? Do you know what? My first memory, as soon as I think of vinyl, well, two memories, right, and both Kiss related, was finding a battered old copy of Alive in a department store in Newcastle when I was there with my mom. Couldn't afford it, so behind it was a copy of Hotter Than Hell, which I still have behind the camera over there. And I remember going home, and I ran up to my bedroom, and I just had a small deck, lifted the lid, dropped the vinyl on it, the needle went down, and fucking nothing happened. I was like,
wow.
What?
So you still got the vinyl?
I've still got it, yeah. I've still got my first vinyl, the Ride a White Swan T-Rex. Still got that as well. But the second Kiss memory was in a different department store. And again, I was just a kid with my mom, and we used to sort of have this once a week sort of mother and son journey into Newcastle city centre, where we'd go and have a cup of tea and a scone, very English and all that, like that kind of stuff. It was just sort of mom and son time, if you like,
Yeah. And, Laura loves the accent. See?
Oh, thank you very much, Laura.
You know what? You have an accent. I have an accent. But you know what's funny about your story right now, about this vinyl story? Because Kiss Alive 1, I found that in New York at a Woolworth, the red vinyl, when I was about.
Wow.
Yeah.
In Woolworth. You know what it is? In England, Woolworth was essential for chart success. It was more important than HMV, than Virgin, than anything else. You got your singles into Woolworth, and you sold vinyl in Woolworth. You were guaranteed to get into that top 30. Woolworth was really important in England for the vinyl trade.
So you had it. You had it in England. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. Woolworth. Do you know what it is? Here's another story. I'm full of fucking shit stories.
I love it. I need it. We got a lot of. This is just the second channel. We didn't go to the third channel. I'm going to show up. We did the Coffee Talk. Hold on. Before we go there, I forgot to do one thing for Coffee Talk. Watch this one. I got to do it all. We got to do it all. See, this is Talking Wax. So everybody watching, please subscribe. We're going to talk some vinyl right now. But for coffee talk, this one is just a morning show. I hope he's drinking coffee, because if you like coffee, please subscribe right underneath Jeff. Hit that bell to be reminded when we're coming on right there. It's a beautiful channel. It's a good conversation. Okay. So we're going to go back to talking vinyl, right? And then when we got the other stuff, we'll go there. Let's go talk vinyl right now. Click over here. Okay. Let me go right here. Okay. Now when we're orange, we're vinyl. So wait a second. I didn't know Woolworth was a big thing, because here's the other thing I found at Woolworth. When I was a little kid, the Beatles' Hey Jude album with the Beards. And I was so shocked, because I always thought the Beatles, I never saw that side of them. I was really young. You know, you thought the Mop Tops, Meet the Beatles, or with the Beatles. So when I saw Hey Jude, which is really a compilation album, but they had only a Old Brown Shoe, I think it was, Hey Jude. Was it Don't Let Me Down on that one?
I was never a big Beatles merchant.
Really?
No, never. I think Susan, I'm just going to put this down. It's Strat.
Yeah, no. So wait, Jeff, you play guitar?
Every now and again, I like that. I dabble a little bit.
But I want to go to your vinyl stories, because what you just said about you went with your mom. I used to go with my mom into these stores too, and as a pacifier, so she could go clothes shopping, she would send me to a Sam Goodies.
Yeah.
How about you?
It was the same kind of thing. The store. I'm all back to front here. There we are. I'm just going to lean. The store was the where I got hotter than hell, and I've seen Kiss Alive. That was a store called the Cooperative, and it was a huge, big, multi-level store, grand old English building. And basically, if that store didn't sell it, it didn't exist. It was one of those stores, you know. And this store, they had I'm going back to mid-70s, but they had a loyalty scheme where, you know, if you purchase something, you got like stamps on a card and things there. So it was, my mum had went to redeem some of these stamps and left me in the vinyl section. And that's where I was rooting through, and I just pulled out this thing, seeing these creatures on the front, and that was Kiss Alive. And I rooted through my pockets, and I was counting all the change, and it was like, I didn't have enough. I mean, the copy had obviously been there for years, because it was all dog-eared and everything. But then behind it, I pulled it out, and there was the same creatures. I was like, right, I'm having this. And I bought it on the strength of what this band looked like. And that album was hotter than hell. But then the next major memory of getting a Kiss album was when I was in another department store with my mom. This one was like it was a furniture store. And it sold hi-fis and things like that. Again, it was on 2 levels. They had a vinyl section. And I remember, was it 77, 78? And Kiss Alive 2 had just come out, and it was there on on import. It was American import. I was like, wow. And in 77, I still remember that album was £8, 8 English pounds. There was no way I could afford that. So I was like begging my mum for the, you know, an advance on my allowance and all this kind of. So anyway, she said, okay, you know, because she knew I was getting really into my music at this point. So we bought, because when I got home and I split the side of the package, and the tattoos dropped out and the book and everything, and I opened it up, the gatefold.
Bigger than life.
You can smell the ink.
Smell it.
Oh. And even the vinyl has got that smell, and it's like, what do you get now? You get a fucking squashed fucking piece of digital information. I really feel sorry for the kids who have never had the experience to go into a vinyl store and have to fucking look for the album that you want.
God, Jeff, the way you just described it was, look at Debbie. Thank you for the super chat, representing Zakk Wylde's Black Label Society. Look at that.
Always. No, man,
right
I'm
there,
trying to get his beard now as well.
Yeah. There you got it there. The way you're describing being a kid, because I think we're the same. I'm 53. What are you now?
60. I've just turned 60.
Oh, why do you look younger than me? What are you doing? Come on. What do you look, don't damage my brand.
I'll tell you what. I'm actually only 3 years old, because remember, I died on April the 30th and I came back. So that was 3 years ago. So I'm actually just 3 years old. You know,
for everybody that has not seen that show, there's a show that we did with Jeff, who he had a fatal heart attack and he actually died and came back. And I'll put up here afterwards, right above his head, a link to that, and you could click on that. That was a heavy show. That was the first time, everybody that's here watching. If you don't know Jeff is a founding member of the band Venom. I met Jeff through John Corabi. John Corabi, a mutual friend of ours, who John's an old time friend of mine, 20 plus years. Kept telling me about me and John go way back. He told me about your story. I'm like, really? When I heard the story, brought you on with Dr. G, I was like, wow. But the show went on longer, and I figured I need to have a chit chat with Jeff, just one-on-one, because I really just dug you as a human being. And right before we were going on, I said to Jeff, I go, what can we talk about? Because everybody's asked you the same Venom questions. The Venom fans know you, but do people know the real Jeff? I mean, maybe not. And this is a conversation that's not scripted, but it's just a natural two guys, two different time zones, just connecting. So thank you, John, for making a friend right here. Now, when you talk about the vinyl, opening up, smelling, it's bringing back memories to me, because that's what it was when we were our youth, man.
It was. Even the vinyl stores, when you went in, a vinyl store had that smell about it. We had an amazing place. Now, if you sign up to my Patreon, I do these video chats where I narrate all these old photographs of Newcastle, where we used to hang out, and where we used to rehearse, all these places. There's a great place that was in Newcastle. It was called the Handyside Arcade, and it was like a horseshoe effect, so it was on the main street. There was an entrance here and an entrance there. And in there was a local music manufacturers, like 4x12s and amplifiers. I think it was called Berman Amplification. There was a sort of hippie shop where you could get all your patchouli oils, and all the girls used to go there for the nice flowing dresses to go to the Mayfair Rock Club, just down the road. But across from there was the Mecca, and it was called the Card Bar. And that place just had every fucking posters, badges, it was a cornucopia of just rock memorabilia. Can I just disappear off camera for 2 seconds?
Well, wait, before you go, Jeff, before you said something. Before
Yeah.
you go, you said you have a Patreon. Is this the right Patreon I just put up there for people to check that out? Can you see that?
That's the one, Jeff Mantas. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in your Patreon, what do you get in that Patreon before you go? Just
right. I was just going to nip over there just to get something that I bought at the Card Bar. I'll get it in 2 seconds. Okay. I'm all excited now. I love talking about this shit.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
The Patreon thing. There's five tiers on there. So right at the beginning, on the very lowest tier, which I think is €5 per month, you get a brand new guitar instrumental written every month. There will be 14 of these instrumentals over the course of a year. On month 6 and 12, you get a bonus track. So there's 14 brand new instrumentals, which won't be released anywhere else. If you're on a higher tier, you will get the T-shirt for a physical T-shirt for the album cover. You'll be able to download the album artwork. But even on the bottom tier, you get a piece of original artwork, which I create every month, which is an old photograph. And then there's a video which goes with it where I talk about it, and I do a playthrough of the song which is involved, and there's handwritten lyrics on the bottom. And the tiers just step up like that. There's old personal camcorder footage from side stage from a few early Venom gigs. And then there's these photo archives where I show never before seen photographs. Some of the photographs have been seen, but haven't been explained as well. But there's a lot of never before seen stuff. And some of this Newcastle history is in there as well. So far, we've done 2. We've done Places of Interest 1 and Places of Interest 2, where it shows where, Venom used to rehearse, where we used to hang out, where we used to go, the site of the old Neat Records recording studio, Impulse Recording. Just loads of places where, like the places where we did our first little club shows in England, like youth clubs and stuff like that, and all that kind of thing. So there's a lot of cool stuff on there. And there will be... There'll be on the highest tier, there's going to be physical items sent out to you on month 3, 6, 9, and 12. On month 3, it's one of these neck gaiters, which is all going to be Mantas designed and stuff like that. Then there's a t-shirt. Then there's a print of an acrylic painting that I'm going to do. Then there's the album artwork on month 12. So give me 2 seconds.
Go ahead. Go check that
this.
out. Okay. Let's watch. He's gonna go over there. Okay, let's go. We'll get back. This is cool. So he has a Patreon. I didn't know about all this good stuff that he has over here. And everybody, if you have questions, please feel free to put them in there. I see some questions rolling in here. In the meantime, do me one favor, everybody. If this is your first time over here, subscribe to all my channels, Talking Wax. Subscribe to that right now. And then also, don't forget, you guys out there, we have our other one, Coffee Talk with ADIKA. If you're watching right now, please subscribe to Coffee Talk as well. Let me put the little professional, let him come back in here, make it look good for everybody. Very fun show we have here. Conversation with a friend, with me, with you, and all of us. As I'm looking for the link over here for where you to click on subscribe. Where's my button when you need it, huh? Where's that button? I can't find it, but it's somewhere. I'll find it later. But give me right here, right there, and you could subscribe right there, and hit that bell to be reminded when we come on. Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Here we go. Right.
All right, Jeff.
Somebody's been in and tidied my poster up. Anyway, what it'll be around somewhere. I got it from the cardboard, and it's 1976 Gene Simmons poster, and it's the original. I can't see it at the moment. Somebody's been in and tidied up. But
wait. Somebody tidied up your man cave? Hold on.
No. That somebody would have been me, and I've put it somewhere safe that I haven't found it.
So wait a second, Jeff. What do you think? So you put away things because you want to be organized, but then you don't know what you go, this is the spot, but then you don't know what you did with it. You sound Jeff, you sound so much like me.
That is bizarre.
Look at this. This is fabulous. Oh my goodness. This is
live old men losing their fucking minds.
I love it. This is great.
Oh, fucking hell. It was always over there. Where the fuck's it gone? Anyway, that's what it was. It was a fucking Gene Simmons poster. There you go. I'll find it for the next time. Anyway, here we go. Patreon. These are some of the things which they may be in giveaways. And again, what I've got to say about the Patreon thing is 25% of everything which is generated from Patreon goes to my local animal sanctuary for cats and dogs, and to my own cat sanctuary, which I have in the back garden, which I might take you outside and show you, actually. I'm busy building another piece to it. But some of the we're doing giveaways as well. So we have prize draws. We've just done one where one of the patrons has won my old stage jacket, the guitar strap, a set of strings which were played at the Allstate Arena in Chicago when we supported the Misfits, signature plex, and signed photographs. Photographs with me with the jacket on, just so you know it's all genuine stuff. But these are some things that I like. I got back into painting and stuff like that. So we have a Gary Moore.
Oh, wow.
These are all acrylics, which I'll be putting up on Patreon at some point. We have, obviously, Mr. Ace Frehley.
Hold that up. Hold that Ace Frehley. Hold that up. Look at that. And you know what? While you got that Ace, you have a question here, right here, right there. Let's see this question that go with that Ace.
Talking about Kiss. Kerrang ran the story in 87 with a headline Wembley Arena with Ace Frehley and any of recollection. Do you know what it is? I heard about the rumors of us because we had played the Hammersmith Odeon, and some of the reviews had said, "Wow, this band are going to be headlining Wembley the next time they come here." We did Hammersmith twice. Now there was rumors, vague recollection of, you know, this Wembley thing, but it just never happened. It never happened. You know, the Ace Frehley thing, I'm not so sure about. I don't know if that is just urban legend or whatever, you know, because there were so many myths and legends, you know, surrounding the band at that point, and even now. But, you know, I'm not sure about that one. It would have been fucking great, but I think it may have been a little bit of a mismatch. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But
You know,
anyway, you know.
look at this.
So,
Look, everybody's loving your art too. Debbie,
ah,
Laura G loves your art. Let's see. Let me get some big pictures of this right here.
that's one of me. That is from the Allstate Arena. It's just a photograph that I turned into a.
Now,
They're all acrylics.
oh wait,
you know.
hold it. Like I could see it raised, which I love that. You see the flames are raised from the paint. Look at this.
Yeah, that's the sort of palette knife stuff, you know.
Yeah.
There's that one. There's a very basic black and white one, again from a photograph. There's another one. This one was actually taken by a friend of mine. Now, I think we spoke the last time when I had my heart attack. Just before I had my heart attack, I got the news that Killjoy from Necrophagia had a heart attack and died. And I did a show about Killjoy a couple of weeks ago. And then after this particular tour, this was taken in Europe. This photograph was taken by the photographer who then sadly died after the tour. Same thing, massive heart attack. So two dear friends either side of me had heart attacks and they didn't survive. But this is a painting from his photograph.
Wow.
So I'm trying to get it into the shot there.
That's good right there. Yeah. Oh wow.
And my favorite one, Mr. Mark Boland.
That is killer. You did I like the white and how you did the purple on that. Wow. Look at
I wanted it to look sort of 70s, you know. So these will either go as part of Patreon or they'll go for sale to generate some more money for the shelters. So I don't know, but I'm continuing to paint. I'm going to do some more because I enjoy it. It's a little bit of chill out, really, you know. So
it is.
I used to do like pencil drawings and watercolors when I was a kid. That was always my thing at school. I was always an arty kid. And then obviously computers come in and Photoshop takes over. And then one day me and my girlfriend Anita, we were in this huge big Chinese superstore over here. And she was looking for some stuff. So I said, oh, I'm going to wander off, you know. So, and I found this big art section and it was all canvas and acrylic paints and brushes and palette knives. And I thought, you know what, I would love to try again just to see if I can do it. So I bought a couple of small canvases, a few bits of paint and a couple of brushes and stuff. I just started doing it again, you know. So I've done some landscapes and bits and pieces.
I mean, just started doing it. Look, the people in the audience are going crazy about your art here. Very cool art. Boland, love it. Look, Debbie, his art is the best. I mean, God, the Boland was very cool. Very cool.
You know what it is? I would love to do more of it. I've got folders full of people like icons that I want to do. And obviously Mark Boland was one of my heroes from way back, you know.
You know, it's funny when you mention Mark Boland because I did a glam band. It was Eric Singer of Kiss, and it was a thing we did called Glam Nation. It was strictly his idea. So in the band, it was Eric Dover, who Jellyfish, a band Imperial Drag. He was Slash's singer in the first Snake Pit. He was the main singer. It was Ryan Roxy, who plays now with Alice Cooper. It was Teddy Zigzag on keyboards that played with Alice Cooper, Guns N' Roses. But then the original keyboard was Derek Sherinian from Dream Theater.
Fucking hell.
But we all had fake names. So Eric Singer, he was Doyle Harris. Ryan Roxy was called Peter Kensington. Eric Dover was called J.C. Jackson. We all used our middle names, and I was called Yeshia, my middle name. And we would do Mark Boland. We would do Sweet, just, you know, everything, you know, just all the stuff. But Roland Boland, who was Mark Boland's son, used to come jam with us all the time. And and at the time it was a lot of fun to jam with him. And now is Mark Boland in the Hall of Fame now? Did he get it?
If he isn't, he fucking should be.
Right?
I don't know. I really haven't a clue. I don't know. I mean, I loved his music. You know, I got like I say, the first album that I ever bought as a kid was Ride a White Swan. And the first song that hits me, as soon as I think of that album, the first song is King of the Rumbling Spires. It's like, and I mean, some of the stuff, where the fuck did that come from? You know, some of this lyrical content, you know. Oh, Deborah, you got a face like a zebra. It's like, what?
Oh man, it was so cool.
Brilliant.
So wait, did you say you have it on vinyl still? You have?
Yeah, it's over there somewhere. I'll probably.
But you can't even show it right now. You can't show it because.
Let's have a look.
Oh, hold on. Let's see if he has it. Okay, I'll keep them entertained. Let's see if he has the vinyl. I got to see his vinyl. Laura. Oh, let's take some questions here. Laura, Stephanie, internet. Thank goodness, Lauren. I have good internet here. Thank goodness. And let's see, Renee. I see the Peter Kensington. Yes, the band Glam Nation, Roxy. That was his name, Peter Kensington. That was all Eric Singer's idea. It was a fun thing. We do. We had guests play with us. Like Ace Frehley actually played with us at the Glam Nation shows. It was a lot of fun. It went for a while. And let's see what else. What else you guys go over here? Ashley Alexander. There's our buddy Ashley over here. Be careful, Jeff. ADIKA collects Brit. He'll be calling you just to hear you. That's true. Yeah, you know, that's right. Dress British, think Yiddish. You're right on that, my friend. Debbie loves seeing Jeff. It's fun to go live here. Now here's our buddy Jeff. He's back. All right, let's see what he has here. Oh, holy cow. Tell us the whole story of this record now.
MFP, Music for Pleasure. Oh, God. I mean, go on. Side one, right it's one. Deborah, Child Star, Cat Black with a Wizard's Hat, Consuela, Strange Orchestras. Side 2, 1-inch rock, Salamander Palaganda. Where the fuck did he get that from? Lofty Skies, fucking Stacy Grove. There's the song. King of the Rumbling Spires, and the last one, Elemental Child. Look at this, man. Music for Pleasure, and look at the artists who are. Oh, fucking Lulu's still on the front.
Oh my goodness! Oh, look at that! Hold that.
Frank Sinatra, Tijuana sound. This is the stuff that my dad used to be in. Tijuana, Sound of Brass, all that kind of thing. All the Glenn Miller, all the James Last, all this kind of stuff. Shirley Bassey, look at that, motherfucker.
Jeff, that is, hold that close over here that people could see that. How come the inner sleeve? I love the sleeves. I love those.
Let's have a look. Let's see what we got. Yeah, there we are. Let's see. Get it right way around there. Oh, I hate these things because everything's always the wrong way around, isn't it? There we are.
No, it's showing right. It's showing right.
Yeah. It's good.
MFP, yeah.
Yeah, but fucking hell.
That's your original. That's your original. How old were you when you got that?
Oh God! Well, when did this come out? I'm looking for the date on this now. Fucking hell.
And you know the crazy thing about that, Jeff, is you carry that record with you from then to now. It's still with you. You can't find your car keys, but at least you found that.
Oh, God. I'm looking for a date. There's got to be a date on
there. Has to be a date at the bottom. There has to be. You know.
There has to be. Where?
Awesome.
Made in Great Britain. No, there's no fucking date there. Music for Pleasure. Amsterdam, Brussels, Johannesburg, Cologne, London, Paris, and Stockholm. Wow, what the fuck? Let's see. It's got to be on there.
Look, all the ladies are getting crazy with the accents, huh?
Oh, cool.
The British, the Jewish, the Yiddish. They love it all. British and Yiddish.
Oh. Here we are. Well, the latest.
Okay. Our buddy says 68, he thinks. Ashley, is he right when that came out?
Yeah, there's a 68. I think that must be the first present. 69, and I think this is a 1970, which will be about right when I was a kid, when I got that.
What?
1970, I would have been what? 9 years old. 9 years old.
What? But you, for a 9-year-old kid, you kept that record. Let me see the whole sleeve on that. You kept it in nice condition.
It's got a bit marked on it.
Okay, you know? All right. What does that say? No, you wrote on the back. What's that say right there? Or you write Did you write Venom, thinking of the name of the band, and you wrote it on the back? What you do right there?
Oh, I've still got the original. There it is. Look at that. Fly recordings. Remember those?
Oh wow.
That's it. Fly recordings. My God.
I like the writing that whatever you have written on it, because it actually makes it worth something. You know, it's cool. It's your history right there.
Yeah. I'll never part with that. I mean,
no, that's a main one.
Yeah, same with that Gene Simmons poster that I can't fucking find.
What else? What else? Show us if could you have any other vinyl over there that you could show us? Share.
Let's have a look.
Let's take a
You know-
look. Okay, I'm gonna while he goes and looks. Let's see what he has over there. This is good. Great. Hey, Laura G. Great rhyme. You know, sometimes Laura, I come up with some good stuff. Renee, over here, old school, love it. I love it too. Lee Stokes, good to see you here. We got our buddy Jeff from Venom. He's here showing us his vinyl. Thank you very much. Everybody, do me a favor. Share this out to everybody you know. Get people to subscribe to Coffee Talk, Talking Wax, to all our platforms. Because you know what? It's the best damn show out there. It is. I'm obnoxious. You're great. And he's a great guest. I love you all. Let's share this out. Like, let's get it out there. Alrighty? All right. Here he is. He's back.
Things, right? Now, there's a tale behind this one.
Let's see.
Venom, we used to, and again, this is on Patreon on one of the talk throughs. We used to rehearse at Newcastle Quayside, which is basically the dockside. And we used to rehearse in this rat-infested shithole. Really, it was a horrible one. I mean, the Newcastle Quayside now is all fancy wine bars and apartments. But back then, I mean, it was as rough as a badger's arse. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But we used to rehearse on a Sunday morning. And after we rehearsed, there was a great market all the way along Newcastle Quayside. And there was an indoor part to the market as well. In that indoor part, there was a guy there who used to do bootlegs, right? And if a band played at Newcastle City Hall on Friday or Saturday night, you could guarantee he would at least have the cassette of that gig on the Sunday morning, you know? So everybody, all the metal kids used to go straight there on a Sunday morning to get their bootlegs. And this is the bootleg that I got there in 1981. I got this.
Let's see this.
Kiss Destroys.
Oh, whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
And it's
now those bootlegs I think are worth money. And Groovy Cap says over here that right here, Venom had the best logos and t-shirts with Metallica also 40 years ago. I bet those were...
Well, this one is a German pressing from 1971, it says, but you know, you can never know with bootlegs. But it's called Ruthless Rhymes.
Wow. Look at that, the gun on the dog. That's heavy, huh? Would that fly? Would that fly now? Huh? Look at that.
So yeah, Kiss Destroys Anaheim Part 2. Never found Part 1, but never mind. But the added thing to this tale, I mean, even the bootleg itself, you can see, I mean, it's all coming apart now. But this is just a pink piece of paper on an old cover, you know. So that's how I got it anyway. By overwhelming demand. Yeah, right.
That picture is fantastic. That's the one on top of the Empire State Building.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. That's a great shot on the back as well.
I mean, look how heavy. Wow, look how heavy that was.
Yeah.
Now take yourself back to the 70s and seeing that as a kid. That's heavy.
Oh, I mean, it had the same effect on me as, you know, the early Venom albums had on our first sort of round of fans, if you like. You know, I mean, I bought so many albums on the strength of covers.
Yeah, right.
There it is.
There it is. So that's the one you bought when you were a kid.
That's the one I bought when I was a kid. Yeah. So that is the very copy. Yeah. There we are. Casablanca, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, this, at that point, I had sort of heard the name Kiss. I knew nothing about them. But, you know, you look at that and it's like, wow.
I mean,
come on, you've got to have some of that. You know, if you're into rock, you've got to have some of that. And this picture, actually, when I got into my early teens, I think it was, early to mid-teens, I said to my mum, can I decorate my bedroom?
Yeah.
You know, just the way I want to do it. I mean, at this point, I had Kiss posters all over the place anyway. And my mum was like, yeah, okay, so what do you need? I went, I need some black and white paint. And I did a full mural. It was about 8 foot by 6 foot of this on the bedroom wall.
Wow.
My
Wow.
parents had no idea I was doing it.
Wow.
Brilliant. Now,
That album cover is a great one. Now, the bootleg you have over here, Richard says Star Stowe is the model on the back cover and was Gene's
yes,
girlfriend.
that's right, Star Store. Yep, that's the one. I remember there was another market in Newcastle called the Granger Market, and inside the Granger Market was a place which would do these iron-on T-shirt transfers.
Yeah.
And I found a sweatshirt there, and I found the transfer. They had it in the, and all they would do was say, right, what size shirt do you want? Put it down and go, you know, it was one of these plastic printed on things. And it was that Star Store session, which was apparently some of the photographs was banned, and this one was her with everything out and blood all over the place and the band around her and all this kind of stuff. And I remember my mum was a typical housewife, and, you know, she would do the washing, the cooking, the cleaning, all this kind of stuff, you know, and then do the ironing. And yes, she ironed my shirt with the plastic fucking, and it was just a smudge all the way up the sweatshirt when she'd finished, and like all over the bottom of the iron and everything, you know. So
oh my god! Oh my god!
I tell you what. This was another band, and I've just about a few months ago I bought this on my iPhone as well. Love this album. Love this band. Fucking rock and roll, and the gods are rock and roll machine.
The gods, yes.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Original vinyl again. Got that when it first came out. As soon as it hit English soil, I got that album. Great band. Loved it.
Wow.
Look at that, man. Candy's Going Bad. What a song. Wow.
But they were heavy. The guy, did they have a song called there was a heavy song that they used to play all the time. At this Club Lamour's in Brooklyn, I used to hang out at.
Oh, right.
There was a heavy one they used to play. What are the songs on that album?
There's Go Away, Baby I Love You, Guaranteed, Gotta Keep It Running. That's a good one. Under the Table, Cross Country's great as well. Candy's Going Bad is good. There's some heavy, you know, listening to it as a kid, that was fucking heavy. You know, you listen to it now and it's just good fucking blues rock.
Wow. Yeah, right? It really is.
Great blues rock, that. Great stuff, you know. And that's, you know, this is where I'm from at the end of the day. You know, the early Kiss stuff, the gods. Here's another boy. Here's another boy for you. Anybody recognize that?
What is that one? Wait, hold on.
There's the clue.
Oh, Rush.
Mahogany Rush.
Wow.
Child of the Novelty. Frank Marino. One of the most underrated guitarists on the planet. 20th Century Records. Again, original.
Wow.
Frank Marino. The first album I bought by Frank Marino was Mahogany Rush Live. And I'm sure that it opens with a track called The Answer. Fucking great, The Answer, and there's Dragonfly. And then he does his solo bit, Electric Reflections of War, where, I mean, that made me buy a pedal board.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Frank Marino,
you're right.
One of my heroes.
Right here, I was thinking of the Rods. You're totally right. There was a song. That's right. There was Maybe You're Thinking of the Rods. Do you know the band The Rods?
Oh, the Rods. I've got that one. Yeah.
You have that one too. Yep. Yeah. I was thinking of them.
Got the Rods. Yeah. Now this shows you how much I was into my vinyl and how much I was into my martial arts. Okay. The original vinyl, the soundtrack to.
Oh, Enter the Dragon. That's so cool. That movie. Stop right there. John Saxon in that movie. How cool. Yeah. He just passed away recently, I believe, not too long ago.
Yeah.
But how cool was that movie? Oh my God.
Fucking great. I absolutely loved it. Now the thing is, I wasn't letting 2 seconds entertain the troops.
Okay. Let me entertain you guys. Hold on. Okay, he's coming back.
I'm coming back. Don't worry, I'm coming back. I've got to look for something else. I've got to find something else.
He's looking. I'm talking to you guys out there.
We got it. Yay, we found it.
He's got it.
I was too. Enter the Dragon came out in 1973. So did The Exorcist, right?
That's right.
I was too young to go and see Enter the Dragon, so I bought the paperback.
Oh my God!
And I read the movie. There you go. 30p. This cost me 30p.
Wow! Wow! So you didn't see the movie? You read the book first?
Read the book first, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my God! Oh my God! So you had a vision at all the moves in your head, huh?
I didn't know
right?
what the fuck was going on in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's how I started my martial arts journey, with
that book and in that record.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the record label look like on that record?
Oh, the label. Let's have a look.
Let's see that.
Now this will be, if I'm right, yes, it is Burbank, home of Warner Brothers Records.
What? Oh wow! So you got the old So you know what you have there? That's that old label. If you look at the label now, they changed it around. I was just talking about that with my buddy Joe Travis.
Right.
That is killer, man.
Yep. Oh, I love this stuff. Absolutely love
wow.
it. Great. And I did have the Exorcist soundtrack as well.
What a creepy was that? Now, would you say that was an influence for you with Venom? The soundtrack, did that like?
I don't know. It was more weird than anything else. It was just all noise.
It was a weird.
The only thing you could listen to was Tubular Bells, really.
Right? Did you listen? But would you listen to it back to back, the album, or would?
I did at one point, yeah, and then it was just like, oh, this is too fucking weird. I'll just watch the movie. But The Exorcist, right? I've seen that movie when I was 15, right? And it was shown at I've got 2 more albums to show you in a minute. It was shown at a cinema called Studio 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, this was in a period of my life where things went a bit haywire at 15, right? But anyway, I was allowed to go and see the movie. So I put my best grown-up clothes on and went down to the cinema in Newcastle City Centre. And I remember walking up to the foyer, walking in, putting my best deep voice going, one for The Exorcist, please. And the woman behind the desk, I remember her looking at me, and she must have looked and went, okay, there's your ticket, off your trot. Stupid little boy. You know, so, fuck you. I went into the cinema, right? The cinema was packed, absolutely fucking packed. So I'm walking down, looking. I see the seat. So I get into the seat, into the middle aisles of this fucking seat, right? So I'm sitting down there, people all over the place. I've got my little bag of popcorn, right? Now, back then, in the 70s, when you went to an English cinema, there was a support movie, right? Low budget, whatever it was. I remember seeing a movie called The Lords of Flatbush. I can't remember what the main
Stallone, Perry King. Perry
Yeah.
King was the star. Susan Blakely was the blonde, the actress, where he'd ride in a motorcycle. Stallone, Henry Winkler.
Henry Winkler, yeah.
The Fonz.
Yeah.
What a great and
that was a support movie to something else. I can't remember the main movie, but I can remember The Lords of Flatbush.
That's another great soundtrack that I need to get. I gotta write that down. You know how good that soundtrack is?
No,
you and me. I remembered exactly. Oh, hold on. Continue your story. Then I want to go into The Lords of Flatbush. This
right. So
got me crazy.
There's like I said, there's a B movie on beforehand. Now, when you went to the cinema, as long as you paid your admission, you could stay in as long as you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could watch the movie 2 or 3 times. It didn't matter, right? So anyway, I sit down, and the house lights go down. Everybody's in, packed, and this low-budget soft porn movie comes on, right?
Come on.
So there's me at 15 years old sitting with popcorn, right, and watching this fucking soft porn movie. There was loads of this. In England at that point, there was loads of these soft porn movies. Like there was Confessions of a Window Cleaner, Confessions of a Driving Instructor, Confessions of a Policeman, all this kind of shit.
Everything,
right?
confessions.
Yeah. It's like, so I'm sitting there eating the popcorn, 15 years old, and I'm like, I say, well, there's nothing major hardcore going on. It's like softcore porn, but it's still an 18 certificate, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, end of the movie comes, House lights come up. So I'm sitting there going, oh, fucking hell, The Exorcist's coming on next. Everybody, and I mean everybody, got up and fucked off. They left. So I'm sitting there by myself. Nobody else came in. I'm sitting there by myself, and the lights went down, and all I heard was, Allahu Akbar. And it was the Iraq scene opening up for fucking The Exorcist. I'm sitting there, 15 years old, in the cinema by myself. Just me, Reagan, and the fucking devil.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But I tell you what, since then, have a look. Where are we? Am I going the right way?
Let's see.
There you go. Where are we? Greatest movie of all time.
That is killer. So you have all. Hold on. Let's go to that wall for a second. You have you got your memories on that wall. Look how cool that is.
There's the other thing for me is Christopher Lee, Dracula.
Oh my God, Jeff.
You know, the old hammer.
Yes.
Oh,
this is fabulous.
I'm excited again. Give me 2 seconds. Can I get this down? I might have to take it for
everybody watching this, Debbie. How do you go from porn to The Exorcist? Right? This show.
I don't know, but it fucking happened. Right? Now, the other thing, back in the 70s, I used to collect was these models by a company called Aurora.
Oh, yes. Hold on.
All
Dracula, the Phantom of the Opera.
Had them all. Had the whole
Me
lot.
too.
All used to glow in the dark. Yeah, every single one. I had them all. And I gave them away to a kid in the fucking same street as me when I got a bit older. But I was on tour. I can't remember where we were in America, but we played a hearse convention. And there was a market stall outside. And it was the last time I toured with Little Killjoy. And went out for a walk to have a look around. And what was there but that?
Wow.
The Forgotten Prisoner.
Oh my God.
And
wow.
There he is. There he is. There he is. The Forgotten Prisoner.
Wow.
So I've managed to track one down, but I tell you what, you go on eBay and look at the prices of these motherfuckers. Wow. They're so expensive.
Now you got me crazy because now I'm looking somewhere over here. I have a picture that I drew of the Phantom of the Opera that I copied from the Aurora box set that I had. And I sketched it out because I put, and I'd have, when you'd have those models, you'd have the fine paintbrush, the real thin one to get the eyebrows. Did you have it? I got into it.
All of that. Yeah. The whole thing. I mean, let's have a look. Wait a minute. I'm just going to take you for a walk.
Yeah. Take us over there.
This is my little, I don't know how to turn the fucking camera thing around, but if I get beside him, where is he? There he is.
When did you put that together?
Oh, a few years ago now. Yeah, a good few years ago. Yeah, but he's in the studio with me. Yeah,
that is killer.
So, yeah. All good stuff. I love all that crap. I love it all.
I do too. The old Hammer films, they were so good. Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, and all the girls had the nice racks, so you couldn't go wrong with that as a little kid, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, the one I think, you know, as a young boy growing up, it had to be Ingrid Pitt. You know, like the Countess Bathory, Countess Dracula, whatever the movie was, but Ingrid Pitt in that movie, it was like
they were so good. You know, it's funny you mentioned it because when I was a kid, I'd go to the movie theaters in Brooklyn, and the Canarsie movie theater would have those movies, and actually they would have the Bruce Lee too, and you'd watch those movies as a kid, and that's what we grew up with. So between those good old movies, the Hammer, the Bruce Lee, and then our local record stores, we weren't so into this. We'd go out, we'd find a world.
Yeah. I mean, I was lucky. I was lucky that my father totally embraced what I was into. You know, the martial arts and so on. And so did my mum. But my dad, there was a cinema that was sort of close by where we used to live. It was called the Apollo. And every Saturday afternoon, they had kung fu movies on. And they were like the Shaw Brothers movies and stuff like that, you know. So, I mean, I've seen The first one I ever saw was Beach of the War Gods with a Chinese martial artist called Wang Yu.
Yeah.
And my dad knew the lady who worked on the foyer. So he used to go, can my son go and say, she went, how old is he? Well, I was about 12, you know. And he's go, well, he's 18. Obviously, he's 18. It's went right, okay, and you go. But this movie house, right? When you went in and you sat down, there was a fire exit to the left, right? So the common thing for all the kids who lived around that area was one of the little kids would buy a ticket to go in and see a movie, whatever it was. Now, there was 3 studios to that movie, so it didn't matter if he bought a ticket to go and see a Disney movie, he could then get into the cinema that was showing the porn movie, and that was the one that had the fire escape.
Wow.
So regular as clockwork, you'd be sitting there on a Saturday afternoon, a little kid would come in, sit down, house lights would go in, you'd go down the bottom, open the fire escape, all his fucking mates would come in and shut the fucking door again.
You know, it's so funny because I would think of England, like when I was a kid, I wanted so bad to live in London because I would think about all those, especially those Hammer films. I'd think about all like this is what it's going to be like. It's going to be castles and all this cool stuff. You know, I was in Brooklyn and I would love it. I would have the famous monster magazines. This is a funny one. Groovy Caps goes, I don't know what's scarier, watching The Exorcist again or playing with a Ouija board all alone. I don't know. That's funny. But you know, all these old movies and just they bring back such fond memories, and they were really, what a wonderful time it really was, you know, man.
Well, the thing is, Stefan, it was only about 2 nights ago. Yeah, it would have been 2 nights ago. Anita said, I'm going to have an early night. So she went off to bed. And we've got this sort of telly box thing where we can get English TV.
Yeah.
But it's also got all these box set series things on it as well, right? So I thought, well, I'm not really a TV watcher, but I was just sitting channel hopping, hop. And I got to a section which was documentaries. Oh, this I'll find something to watch, you know. So I was going through, and there was a documentary called The Fear of God, and it was The Exorcist. It was all about The Exorcist,
about the accidents that happened on the set,
everything.
Everything.
What it was they had done this. They did this documentary a few years, well, a long time ago. They did it for the 25th anniversary, actually. But there was 2 versions of the documentary made. But then they amalgamated both versions, and it was shown at the Cannes Film Festival. But this one, which is called the Festival Cut, had never been seen on TV. So I was like, oh, wow, because I've seen just about every documentary and read everything about the movie. So I sat and watched this movie, and I mean, it showed you how they did the special effects, you know, the puke and all that kind of bad
split pea soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, I've heard people who have seen the Exorcist movie and went, well, it wasn't that scary, was it? No, it wasn't. Not in the year 2000, because you turn on the news channel.
But back then,
scared. But in 1973.
Was scary.
When there was no CGI, there was none of that bullshit, and you know this scene with a crucifix and all that. I mean,
that's so scary that Cooking the Kid won't even watch it. Yeah, I don't like those. He's scared of that stuff. Cooking with the Kid. He's scared to this day. He's our local pastor. He's our local pastor that has a cooking channel. A very nice guy.
Right.
But he doesn't cook. He doesn't cook kosher, but he's still a nice guy. Forgive him. But you know what? You're so right about that. I'm going to tell you something because I want to. If you have more, I want to go there. There's a scary movie. Since we're talking about movies too, that's this. There's another. I don't have a logo, but I'll tell you. Let's go right here. I'm going to click over here. We'll go back to vinyl 1 second for the Coffee Talk people. Right. But this one, I'm going to take everybody now to Coffee Talk world because I want to talk a little scary movies. Everybody. There's a movie out there that was based, and I don't know if you're familiar with this movie called Black Christmas. And the story of this movie, it was Olivia Hussey, I think she was in it, who played from Romeo and Juliet. And it was and it scared the hell out of me. It was in the movie theaters. They pulled it from the movie theaters because at the time, it's about there was a killing in a sorority house in Florida. At the time, this movie was about girls getting murdered in a sorority house. Margot Kidder was in the movie. They put it in the theaters when Ted Bundy was out. he escaped. And around that time, this movie was out. They had to pull it.
Wow.
Really wild. Really, it's called Black Christmas. And the movie, you would never see the killer. You'd see he'd call, and it was so eerie and scary. And you don't know who the killer was while you're watching it. If you want to be scared, that's a good movie to be scared. But the backstory of it is even scarier when you think about the connection with the Ted Bundy. They pulled it from the theater. The same thing with The Exorcist. The movie is not that scary, but the backstory of The Exorcist is really scary. The facts that went on behind it, maybe they were awakening, whatever was, if you believe. Those are the things about scary movies I do like. The backstory and the you know, because your mind starts. Am I rambling on too much? I think I am, but you
no,
get
no. I mean, the thing I found interesting about The Exorcist was, you know, that it was based on events that happened in 1940 something.
Yeah,
I think it was in Georgetown as well that it happened, but it happened to a young boy. And I've read some of the newspaper clippings and things of these, you know, the phenomena that sort of surrounded this young kid. Now, you know, I mean. Do you? I don't know. You know, since I think we talked about this the last time I was on, that, you know, since what happened to me, I have a hard time believing any of that kind of stuff now. I do. How can I put it? I want to believe that there's something else. You know, that there is something. I do not believe, you know, there's forky tails and horns and fucking angels and fucking halos and all that kind of stuff.
the band that made your career.
Yeah. But I like to think that there's something. There's something.
You know, it's funny, when Venom came out, I was so scared of the album cover that I was afraid to put it on the vinyl. And I didn't even know. I remember, like, I think you guys might have played in. I remember you played remote. I think you played the Ritz in New York. I remember seeing it, and the logo was so massive because in New York City, when you guys did play the Ritz in New York, right?
I'm sure we did. Yeah.
You did. Look, you're so big, you don't even know. Your poster was all over Manhattan and the Lower East Side in the Village, but that logo was so scary. I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, because back then, we didn't have the internet. You couldn't, you know, there was no, unless you looked at Kerrang magazine, you didn't know what this was. And the singer of your band, he had the look, very scary guy. Look, you know.
You know the first time we came over and we played the Paramount Theatre on Staten Island. And that was the first time Metallica came down and they supported us.
Metallica supported you guys, so they opened for you guys, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were all staying at John Zazula's house.
Johnny Z from Megaforce Records, for you guys watching that. That's right.
He's the man. So we were all staying at Johnny Z's house, and I'm not a party guy. And I mean, as soon as Metallica arrived, it was just fucking party central, you know. So there was me, my roadie, and the drum roadie. We fucked off to a motel up the road somewhere, and we found a place called the New Esquire Diner, and we used to go there and eat there every night, and then go across the road and play bowls, right? So anyway, we did the shows back in England, blah, blah, blah. I go into Neat Records one day, into the office, and there's a girl sitting in the office, American girl. And she's flown over to see Conrad. And I was like, because I had seen her at the show, and I was like, oh, what the hell are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I've come to see Conrad. And I was like, oh, right. So anyway, I thought nothing of it. She said to me, she says, you know, everybody thinks you're the Antichrist. And I went, me? She went, yeah, because you were never seen. Nobody seen you until you appeared on stage. And I was like, oh, really? I was at the fucking diner trolling steak and then going across and playing fucking 10-pin balls. And there was nothing satanic going on. But because I was never seen, everybody was like, oh, he's weird. He's weird. He doesn't talk to anybody. It's like I'm an introvert, you know. I find it difficult on a one-to-one social, like in-person thing, you know. If you stick me in a room full of strangers and say, "Oh, just make conversation."
Yeah. So you were on tour, right? Yeah, you are. You guys are playing, and Metallica, and then you're looking for Greek diners in New York City. New Jersey, which are the best diners. If you guys haven't lived to, come on. Okay, and I get this now. Now, okay, was that the tour? Because somebody I saw a post here, and I could be wrong. Metallica, Raven, Anthrax. Was that a tour that you guys were on too?
No, that's a
Okay,
different.
okay, that's a different tour. Okay, so this,
Yeah.
this tour, when you guys were on there, what album was Metallica doing that time? Was that the Hit the Lights, the first one, or something like that? It might have been.
Oh, it was very early. I mean, we got a fucking tape. We got what was the tape? Was it the No Life to Leather? That tape?
Oh, okay. So yeah, they were on.
I think Kirk had just been in the band about 2 weeks when they supported us. When they opened for us in New York, Staten Island. I'm sure Kirk had just been in the band a couple of weeks.
Wow.
Dave Mustaine had just been out.
Oh, so he was just out of the band, Mustaine.
He was just out of the band, and Kirk had just come in. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Yeah.
I think I might be wrong, but I'm pretty damn sure that the Metallica shows with Venom at the Paramount Theatre in Staten Island, I'm pretty sure they were more or less Kirk's first shows with Metallica.
Wow, that's crazy, huh?
I mean, they were just kids.
So were they bugging? So were they bugging you back then? Because Venom was like this. You guys were kind of like the kids. It's like scary for back then for the young teenagers there. What were the Metallica guys? Were they like the little kids on the? Hey, Jeff, can we?
I mean, it was sweet. I mean, I do remember we were staying we had to stay in a motel before we flew home or something like that. Like, but fucking Lars was partying all night above me. And it was one point I got up and I was like, right, I'm gonna fucking kill him. You know, I had to get up early for a fucking flight, you know. And I remember it was my manager Eric, who's now passed away, bless him. But Eric was like, "Oh, calm down, I'll fucking sort it out." You know, it's like, but it was just everybody was just so enthusiastic, you know, and fucking. I mean, they were a bit wild, you know. And
how long was that tour? How long did that go for? That
it was only 2 shows. It was 2 shows.
Only 2 shows with them, huh?
Yeah. It was the 22nd of April and the 24th of April. So the 22nd, I actually had my 22nd birthday on stage with Metallica opening for me.
That's funny.
I was like, how bizarre is that? You know,
wild.
And then after that, it was '84 when they came to Europe with us and did 6 shows in Europe. Yeah.
So that was about early 80s. So that was about 83. You know, it's funny about that time too. I remember bumping into Metallica at a club called the Cat Club in New York.
All right.
And I remember seeing them, but that might have been around the time Michael Alago just got his hands on them, because I saw Metallica play L'Amour's in Brooklyn. They co-headlined with Wasp. It was a Metal Massacre tour. It was a weekend. It was Armored Saint. It was Metallica and Wasp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a Friday and Saturday, L'Amour's in Brooklyn. Maybe a Sunday, I'm not sure, but I remember the Metal Massacre weekend, which L'Amour's was a fun club in Brooklyn where anybody doesn't know about it. That's where they filmed Saturday Night Fever, the area, not the club, but the area. It was all Guidos. Yeah. And back then, fun times, man. You got some good stories there with Metallica. I mean, that's pretty legendary, man. You know, pretty legendary.
You know what it is? It still blows my mind to this day to think, you know, those guys opened for us. I mean, Slayer opened for us.
Slayer opened up for you guys, huh? What were they like in the early days, those cats, huh?
And I remember one show. It was the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago, and there was a small VIP area in the balcony. So Slayer were on stage. I went up into the balcony just to say, because I've never checked them out.
Yeah.
And I just remember looking over the balcony and looking down onto the band. There was Jeff, Tom, Kerry, but I was just mesmerized by fucking Dave Lombardo. I was like, what the fuck is that guy doing?
Yeah.
You know? And the thought that went through my head was, is that a drummer? Fuck, I wish we had one of those. I mean, he was unbelievable. You know, I didn't even watch the guitarist. I was just looking at Dave Lombardo thinking,
you just were drawn right to him. You knew right away, like, wow.
Unbelievable. It was just like, Jesus, what a musician. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. But they did I think it was it 85? They did the World Possession tour with us. But yeah, and then I think Exodus were on that tour as well.
Exodus, God, yeah. You think
Yeah.
about all the music back then, man. What a scene it was.
Oh
What
yeah.
a scene.
Yeah. I think, you know what I think. I mean, you know, Venom's never had the massive success that the Slayers and Metallicas have had. And we've certainly never had the huge financial rewards that those bands have had.
Yeah.
But I think what we did do, I think we were a catalyst for everything. I think we were the band that kicked the fucking doors open and went, right, boys, in you go. And that was it. We were the first ones to do it, you know, and it was... I'm proud of that. No matter what's went on with the band, and I mean, you know, there's no love lost between the three members. We all know the stories by now. But whatever went on, I'm still proud to see. You know, I mean, there's a photograph up there. I went to Newcastle Arena. I think it was 2009, and Metallica were doing the Death Magnetic tour, and I actually got a phone call from Rob Flynn. I was at home. He's like, "Oh, you coming to the show?" And I was like, "Well, I haven't got tickets." He went, "You got fucking tickets?" He says, "Put your name on the door." So I went down, and me and Rob Flynn stood. They were playing in the round, and me and Rob Flynn stood at the side, you know, just fucking seek and destroy, you know. And then I went down to see them, and it was like, I mean, the last time I had seen them before that was 2009. Last time I saw them was 85.
Yeah, and
it was like we'd just seen each other yesterday, you know. There was no awkwardness. There was nothing. It was great. Really nice guys. But the guy I always had a lot of time for. I mean, I never spent a great deal of time with him, so I would never say like, "Oh yeah, he's a great friend" and all that. But the guy I did respect and still respect. I mean, he came to see us in San Francisco and stood as Venom Inc. He stood in the balcony, fucking headbanging, air guitar, and all the way through. James Hetfield, what a guy.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
into it. He's like a fan of the band too, and he's just into it.
Yeah. He's, you know, I mean, for all his success and everything that he's got, and they've worked fucking hard for it.
They did work hard.
And, you know, I mean, a thing that really annoys me sometimes, Stefan, is when, you know, people go, fucking Metallica sold out and fucking, you know, they were never the same after the fucking first demo. It's like, you know, bands want to try and progress, you know.
They grow.
You know, they grow. Yeah, they grow. And I've always said, as a songwriter, I've been interviewed about songwriting and things like that, and I've always said, sometimes I think it will be quite nice to get back to that naive sort of innocence that I had when I first started writing songs. You know, because as you improve as a musician and then you get into the recording techniques and all this kind of stuff, sometimes that can... Here's a quote from Bruce Lee. "In memory of a once fluid man, crammed and distorted by the classical mess." And what he means is all the martial arts which are regimented, and you must do this and this, and this happens when this happens and that happens. None of that fucking works, right, at the end of the day. And the UFC and the MMA have proven it, okay? Yeah. And, you know, what works is going back to basics and just being fucking good at what you do. Yeah. And sometimes I think that the same with the songwriting, because, I mean, I've told the tale a million times that black metal, I wrote that on the fucking shitter, you know. one morning I took the guitar into the toilet with me, true story, and the first few riffs, the fucking black metal came out. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. And then fucking recorded the rest on my dad's cassette recorder, and that was it, you know. There was no thought given really to arrangement and does this flow into this, does that flow into that, because all I was armed with in those days was a power chord, a first position of the pentatonic scale, and, you know, blues and rock and roll riffs, and that's all the early Venom stuff is. On the first two albums, there isn't a fucking flattened fifth amongst the whole fucking lot, you know. There's nothing evil there. It's like, I think. And here's another thing I was taken out of context when I said this was, you know, I was talking about songwriting, and, you know, I used to do a thing called Rock School, and I used to give a talk to the kids about the sort of ins and outs of the music industries, the ups and downs of the music industry and stuff like that. And one thing I used to say was, you know, if you're a young band, okay, let's say you have 4 guys in this band, and right at the beginning, you're all fucking Us four against the world. Fucking yes, yes. Let's take on the world. Everything's four-way split. This is great. Fucking excellent. 5 years down the line, I fucking hate you. Get the fuck out of my
Right.
band. Right? Now, 20 years down the line, your band becomes a cult classic and everybody's buying the fucking albums, and those songs that you wrote, that motherfucker who's working on a building site still gets the same royalties as you because he's on the publishing. Well done. Hey, excellent. You know, it's I know it's a horrible thing to say, and that's why I hate the music business. Music business, shouldn't be in the same sentence. It's a horrible thing, you know. When you've got to deal with that side of it, but that is, you know, I said, you know, the drummer out of Venom never wrote a fucking riff. It's like, but then you get people saying, yeah, but he contributed to this. Yes, he contributed to the, you know. What I wrote, I took in and went, I have a song. I wrote that fucking song. There you go. But the whole band then fucking mangled it into what it was, what it became. Welcome to Hell, that album was recorded in 3 days.
In 3 days? Wow.
It's essentially another set of demos. You know, we did the first single, we went in to do some more demos, and the guy, David Wood, who owned Impulse Studios, as we were carrying our equipment up the stairs, went, what's that? It's called the music business for a reason. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. As we were carrying our equipment upstairs, he just opened the office door and went, all right, boys? Yeah. He says, have you got enough material for an album? And we looked at each other and we're like, yeah. He went, right, 3 days, get it done. Shut the door. That was
That's it. Shut the door. It's almost like the old Rolling Stones story. They had no songs, and their producer, the manager, Andrew, he put them in a room. You got to write songs. They didn't even, I don't think they knew how to write the Stones in the beginning. They were doing covers, blues covers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
you know, when
look at the Tales with Zeppelin. You know, I mean, there was a lot of that stuff taken from early blues stuff. You know, with people going, that guy's dead. Nobody will ever know.
I mean, they were session guys, Zeppelin, and they just took. They were great session guys, and they made a great band. And they took Willie Dix and they mixed it all, mashed it together, and they made something.
Yeah.
When you go back in time and you think about, there's that Stones story, and I don't know how true it is, and I'm sure everybody heard it here, where the Rolling Stones at this time they made it, and they go, I think they went to America, and they went by Stax, I believe, and they see Muddy Waters in there. Supposedly it was like Brian Jones and Jagger Richards, and he's Muddy Waters is painting. I don't know how true that is, but here they're doing, the Rolling Stones is doing his song, and he's in there painting a studio.
Fucking hell.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's like what I've just said about Venom. Sometimes the originators, or you know, the spark, they don't get recognized for the whole fucking forest fire, if you like. You know, I mean, a few years back, I mean, over here in Portugal, we get a horrible fire season, you know, but every one of those has just got to be one little spark, and that's what Venom was. I think that's what we were the catalyst, which just went, and then all of a sudden the whole scene just went boom. You know,
you definitely underground. You're underground, but you know what? You made a big splash too in the underground scene, because it was such a powerful, strong logo. The whole thing, the concept was powerful and strong. You were on the freeway. Everybody was behind you, and then you go, these are the exits for this one. Okay, there's Manhattan, there's Jersey, and everybody got off at an exit and then went. And then almost like, why didn't we take those exits? You know, it's almost if you think like that, you know. But you know what? Nobody could ever take away, Jeff, what you and the band did, and you paved a lot of exits and routes for people to go. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, Stefan. Like I say, regardless.
Thank you, Jeff. Cooking with the kid.
Regardless of what the members of Venom think of each other, which isn't great. You know, but regardless of that, I'm still justifiably proud of what we achieved, you know, as the original lineup and whatever, you know. I think, you know what it is? I don't know if I said this the last time we were on, but I've told this tale a few times on recent interviews. I've got a photograph on this phone of, I think it was the last selfie that Geddy Lee took of the band before Neil Peart passed away.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at this photograph, and I was just jealous.
Yeah.
I looked at it and thought, fucking hell, there's 3 guys in a band, I don't know what, 40 years on, who'd look totally at ease with each other, happy to be in each other's company, and all smiling. And I just looked and went, wow, that would be nice. You know, and sometimes it does sadden me to think, you know, the drummer's over there, the bass player's over there, and it's like, what the fuck? And even in the book that I've been writing for God knows how long now, there is a part where I say, we had the world at our feet and we fucked it up. Yeah.
You got to finish this book. What's going on with the book? What's going on with this book?
Oh, fucking hell, it's actually getting it done. It's such a fucking undertaking, you know. When I got asked to do it, I was like, oh, I don't know. And then people are like, come on, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. You know, come on, founder member, all that bollocks and all this. And it's like, right, okay. So, as it's progressed, it's just like, fucking more and more stuff's coming out. But the way I've decided that I'm writing it is basically the way I'm talking to you now. So I know what I'm like. I'll talk to somebody and then I'll go, 2 seconds, and I'll go off on a tangent. And then, you know, I'll come back to the subject, and you know, it always gets dealt with.
Yeah.
But I just get excited about stuff. So the book is written exactly like that. You know, I'll be talking about one subject, and then as I'm writing about something, I'm like, fuck yeah, remember that, so I'd make a note over here, and then I make a note, and then that note turns into like 2 pages or whatever, you know, and then I've got to go back to this bit. But I thought, like, I'll write it like that. But there's a chapter in the book called Legions, Iron and Steel, and it's all written by the fans. So if anybody is out there who wants to contribute to this book, right, in your own words, all I require from you is how you discovered Venom, what Venom meant to you, did it help in any way, did you hate the band? I don't care, whatever it is. Mantas book, all one word, lowercase, mantasbook@gmail.com. And I've had a lot of submissions. There's some great stories, some really interesting stories in there. So I chapter written by the fans, totally written by the fans.
That I think you need to do, and I think it's a great thing. I mean, today's show, you know, we're going to talk about. I got you on here, and look what we covered over here. You know what? I want to push you to finish your book. I'm going to push you. You got to do it. You know, and we just probably just talked about that much of your stories because we were going from your vinyl, from. But let me ask you a question. In the book, are you going to talk about the first Aurora model that you built?
Oh, it's already in there.
It's in the book.
That chapter, yeah.
Which one? Wait, which was the first one? Which was the first model you had?
The first one, if my memory serves me correctly, the first, it's a choice between 2 because I had them all, but it's either Dracula, Bela Lugosi, Dracula, or Godzilla.
Godzilla,
it's one of those two. But I had them all. I had the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Witch. Remember the Witch with the cauldron as well?
The Witch. I remember the Witch. Yeah, I remember the Witch. I had the Dracula because he's kind of walking down the stairs. The Dracula, right? It's like half the stairs or something, if I recall. It was a little bit of the stairs, and there was
something like that. Yeah.
And there was the Frankenstein. I had the Frankenstein. I had the Hunchback, the Lon Chaney Senior one, which was cool because he's on the round.
Yeah.
He was on those are so
he's on the round thing, yeah.
He's on the round thing, incredible with his mouth open, and he had the black hair. Kind of looked like the drummer from. I'm not trying to make fun of nobody right now. If anybody's going to get drummer Twisted Sister, kind of they look like each. You know, I'm not trying to be rude. God rest his soul, right? He's on his drum riser. I'm not trying to be rude, you know. But it's a look. Everybody's a shtick. It's a good look,
God.
you know. Stop it. Wait, before we get out of here, get crazy. Right. Show me one more vinyl album, one more important one, and then you know what? I want to do this again like this. We got Jeff. We got to do this again. This was like man cave time, me and you.
But I tell you what, look. Oh, hey, I've got. Can I show you 2 albums before we finish off?
All right, let's do that.
Right. 2 albums by the same artist. right? And everybody's going to go, what the fuck? These are original.
Oh my God. Yes. Do you have the book with it? Isn't there a book that comes with that? Is there?
There's the poster.
The poster?
All original. Everything's original. And where are you? From here.
I swear to God, Jeff, I swear, me and you are like brothers. We got we got the same record collection, except I wasn't in Venom, alrighty? But we have almost the same look. Look at this. Look at that. You have let me see the book. Hold that
The
up.
books. The book. Well, there's two books. We have the lyric book.
Yes. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Look at the art on that, man.
Oh, the artwork's amazing. There's photographs of his old house. There. All kinds of stuff. Look at this.
I mean, look at that.
Look, there's all kinds of things in there.
I love that. Look at that. Look at that picture. It's oh my God. This is it's just.
Sorry?
Do you see the picture of it? He just went by. It looked like a rat or something. What was that right there? Just it's like some.
Oh,
right
that.
Look at that.
Yeah, yeah. There's one of the which is the song on here. Is it on this one or is it on the other one I'm going to show you? Come fantastic. Someone saved my life tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What a fucking song. What a song. Jesus.
What a great song, man.
But I tell you what, there's another one here. All right. And what I'll do is I'll show you the vinyl.
I have 2 copies of that vinyl. I don't know how you know what? Somebody was throwing out a box of vinyl and gave it to me. And one of those, mint with all the book and everything. And they were going to throw it away and I got it. Wow. You know, are you going to show me a David Soul album from Starsky and Hutch? Don't give up on us, baby.
No. This is much fucking better.
Oh, wow. Yellow. Wow. Goodbye, Yellow. Oh. Wow. Limited edition. That is killer.
Yep. Double album. Both yellow vinyl. But, you have your, oh, God, I hate this. Everything's backwards on these fucking things. You have a gatefold album. Whoa, we have a triple fold album.
Wow. That's incredible. Hold on. Hold it. Look at just look. You got Gone with the Wind. Look right there on top. Look how killer this is. Wow.
Benny and the Jets, man. Benny and the Jets. Oh.
Fantastic album. And the artwork of Roy Rogers. They put in there.
Hey, incredible. I mean, look, the band on the back as well there.
He really gave his band good credit, for Elton John, the name, when you think about it, just Elton John.
Yeah. I'm sure he's still got the same guitarist, isn't it? David Murray?
I think he does. I think he does.
Yeah. Same guy, yeah.
Is
so
it
limited edition, double LP, double yellow vinyl set, yeah. And again, bought that when I was a kid. I mean, I tell you another album I had, I don't think I've got it now, or it might still be at my daughter's house. In fact, it probably is. Songs in the Key of Life, Stevie Wonder.
It's a great album. Great album.
Great album. And if anybody says anything, oh, fucking Elton John, who's one of his biggest fans?
Is it?
Mr. Zakk Wylde.
Oh, is Zakk Wylde is he a big Elton John fan?
Zakk loves Elton John.
Are you friends with Zakk? Are you friends with Zakk? Are you friendly with him?
No, I fucking love to be, but no. I've never met him. But fucking, I love his music and everything. I love if somebody said to me, you can have the combined talents of a few guitarists, it will be Gary Moore, Zakk Wylde, and Frank Marino.
Those are the three. Those are your three, huh?
Yeah, and they're all blues-based guitarists. That's what I'm into. I love that. Great. Well, I love Zack's playing. I mean, as an aggressive guitar, fucking hell.
Now, who made you? Who's the person that made you pick up the guitar? Before we get, who was that person?
KK Downing.
KK Downing.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
it.
I mean, you know, when way back. I mean, obviously Mark Bolan, Slade, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I remember we'll save it for the next time, but it's over there. I've still got the original concert ticket, the silk scarf, the program. It was 1979, May the 24th, 28th, something like that, a Thursday evening, 7:30, Newcastle City Hall, Judas Priest Killing Machine Tour, 1979. And I went to that concert, heard the name Priest. I was like, well, we'll go and see Priest. Went to see Priest, and I remember the curtains, the Newcastle City Hall was like an old theatre, held about 2,500 people. Curtains opened. It was just Marshall stacks and fucking. I was like, wow, you know. And then as I'm looking at the stage left, my left, this blonde guitarist ran on with a fucking flying V and the leathers, and I just went, I want to do that.
That was it.
That
Wow.
was it.
That was
That
it.
was my defining moment, a musically defining moment. I just went, oh, I need some of that, you know. So.
That's pretty cool. You know what I think? I'm going to do a public message out there to Zach Wild. I think we could talk vinyl, Elton John with Jeff and me. You be my co-host, and we get the third person will be Zach. I think we'd have a good conversation. So Zach, if you do get the memo, you're invited, and we would love to chat with you. I think it'd be a good conversation like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if Zach, if he was in old Hammer films, if he liked those, or if he had a role model, Bela Lugosi.
If you look at some of the stuff that Zach does, you know, these silly little videos that he does, he's got a lot of Exorcist memorabilia. He's got a Reagan doll, which he drives around with in his car and everything. He's got a full-size Reagan doll. So he's into the Exorcist. I know that for a fact.
You know, I have a friend. Are you friends with Derek Sherinian? Do you know him by chance?
I've just heard, and the last time I was on here, you mentioned that he had said, like, oh, you've got Jeff on. I've never met the guy, but hey, hello, Derek.
You know what? Right now, watch what I'm going to do for you. Let's see if I can get him on the phone. Before we get out of here, let's see if he picks up the phone. He might not be calling. Let's see. Because he's friends with Zach. And you know what? If he can make it happen, we'll just live, and I could edit this out later, right? Let's see what happens. Watch this. Watch this. I'm leaving it in. Let's see if Derek. Now, people don't know Derek Sherinian, Dream Theater. I got him fired from the band. I did. True story. Well, maybe. I'm Jewish. I exaggerate, but I. Let's see. He's not answering. That's too bad. That's too bad. There would have been a good one. He usually. No, he's not there. But you know what? We'll send this to Derek Sherinian. True story. I went to see Dream Theater, and they're a great band. But I went to see it, and I go, Derek, I can't see you on stage. I go, you need to make it sexy. I go, you need to have like lava lamps, you know, sexy, you know, Huggy Bear, 70s, bring it back. Marvin Gaye, bring it back. So what did he do at the Dream? This is a true story. Dream Theater rehearsal. He brings in lava lamps. And I don't know if anybody's Dream Theater fans out there. You might have seen the lava lamps, the white rugs. That's me. I was the guy, the master. I was, what's that movie? The Idol Maker. I was the Idol Maker. So Derek and Mike pointed out, he's like, what the hell is all this stuff? And the guys were looking, and Derek is like this. I go, Derek, less notes, more love. Make it sexy. Well, that got him out of the band really quick. True story. You know what, Jeff, we got to do another one. Don't go nowhere before we sign off. I have to have you come back. I mean, I like having these conversations with you, and there's too much to talk with you about. You got to get the damn book out already. Come on. All righty. All right. Before we get out of here, I want you guys to check out Jeff and his paintings on Patreon. Really quick, where can they find you? Right here. Let me put the ticket. Tell them where.
It's basically, as you see there, right? Give me 2 seconds. Just before we go, right? Before we
go. Take your time.
Getting excited again, right? Here
I like when I get you excited. See this?
We're heading outside of the studio now. This is the studio. This is like the terrace here. I've got a lot of work to do in this place here, right? So this is the terrace outside the studio. There's going to be like a little bar area at the bottom. Somebody in a neighboring garden is cooking some amazing Portuguese food at the moment. The smell is incredible. So we're coming into the garden here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go backwards over. So this is where a portion, well, 25% of money goes from Patreon. You see there?
Oh,
We have
yeah.
some kitties, right? All little rescue kitties. I think the majority of them are in their little room at the moment. Oh, we've got a few coming out to see us. Here we are. Meow, say hello. That's Garfield. We found him in the gutter. He was nearly dead and he was just sat in the palm of our hands. He's a beautiful cat now. That's Bubbles. That's actually his daughter.
Wow.
And here we have Bobby, the big black one. He was found in a gutter again. And Sharon, the little Persian, she just came to live
Beautiful.
in the garden with us. We've got more. We've got Willow, who's just jumped down there. There we have Squeak and Tyson. And little Chin is probably still in the house. Oh no, there's Chin there. Say hello, Chin.
Hey,
There we
Chin.
go.
Beautiful. Look at this.
And what I'm doing is, and this has come about through the Patreon thing, where you can see that plant is there, where I'm pointing, where the globe is. There's going to be a little tunnel that comes into this area, which I've just built over the last 2 days, which is another little cat sanctuary, which is then going to extend around the corner, around that corner where those plants are there, and that'll be all the cats area. So we're going to get more. At the moment, I've got 13 of the little furry fuckers, and they're an absolute nightmare, but I love them to bits.
Wow.
There you go. And I support the local shelter, which is about 5 minutes drive from me, called the Apat in Tomar. So that's my local shelter that I support as well. So all this music and malarkey, there is a good reason for it as well. So, I just wanted to try because I love animals, and they can't look after themselves. So, I thought I want to try and at least do something, give something.
That is cool. That is cool. Very cool. So you built all that, huh, man?
Just built it all. Yeah. But like I say, with the Patreon stuff, and if you go to jeffmantas.com, you can buy some unheard songs of different, just rock, blues, some melodic metal stuff. There's T-shirts on there that I've designed. Yeah, here we go. You're getting me excited again, Stefan. Right, I've designed these T-shirts, like retro T-shirts. This is one of them. It's Mantas. There you are.
Amazing.
7 dates of hell. This is from Hammersmith Odeon, 1984. It's a full all-over print. It's available at my website. There you go. And it's got all the dates down the side that Metallica supported us on. And then on the other side, it's got the Mantas logo. And there you can see June the 1st, 1984, London Hammersmith Odeon. So it's an all-over print T-shirt. There you go, front and back. There's lots of these on the website. And like I say, 25% of everything generated, whether it's me doing session work for other bands, musicians, whatever, or production, 25% goes to the kitties and the sanctuary. So
beautiful. That's beautiful. You do a good cause. You're a good human being. I'm glad that. Hey,
I'm trying.
John. You know what, John Karabi? Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. He's a diamond, isn't he? He's an absolute.
He's a great
diamond.
guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? Just before we go, I hope he's going to do something. But I sent John a song just before he went away to do his little tour. And he sent a message back going, wow, some cool stuff there. I'll get onto that. So I'm just hoping.
Let me ask you a question. Does John ever tell you like he'll play you some secret stuff just between you, me, and the lamppost?
The very first time I spoke to him, I was like, fucking hell, John Karabi's actually ringing me. I was like, wow, And we were speaking for about an hour and a half, and he went, wait, this is some stuff I'm working on. He turned the phone around to the speakers, and I was just sitting there going, oh, fuck, this is great. This is fucking great.
John has some great music. Hey, do me a favor. Don't play this to nobody, but just between you, me, and the lamppost. I'm like, what the hell? I'm so afraid to turn on my phone now. Now he sent me a track. I don't want to turn it on because if I turn it on, he's going to think I leaked it if it gets leaked. Don't send me it. I'm Jewish. I'm neurotic. Don't get me crazy, Karabi. Everybody, we're going to say goodbye. Hold on 1 second, Jeff. Jeff is going to come back again. What a joy. We got to get Karabi, and we got to make Zach. You know what? I need a guy like you to bring other guys in here. We can make it. We'll take over. You know what? Think Yiddish, dress British. Everybody, this has been a fun episode of, well, Talking Wax number 1, and now we have all these different intros, but you know what? I'll go back to old school. Let's bring it back to basic Coffee Talk Black. And thank you guys all. The Patreon's there. His links are going to be in the description. You'll click over there. When I'm done with this, I'll do all the editing. I'm not editing the show. I'm just, editing the descriptions. But we love you. Jeff, don't go nowhere. Wait right there. Big mazel. Mwah. Throw it right at you all. Boom.
It's coffee talk with the Tika. Nothing rhymes with that but chicken tikka. We name drop here. Stefan and all his friends.
Stop. Help the Kitties. Click there. And then afterwards, everybody, you will see a couple of boxes right where I'm at. You'll see there. And remember, keep the aisles clear. We don't want to crowd the aisles up. All righty. Be safe. Love one another. And we love you. We'll see.